Hello students, good morning to all of you. How are you? I think so you all are fine. Today I discuss geography of class 7 chapter 1 and the topic is the yesterday I discussed the topic is our environment. There is some point has left, so the point today I discuss is atmosphere. Do you know what is the atmosphere? At first introduction. Atmosphere is a surrounding of air, or we may say that the air which surround our locality or the location is known as atmosphere. So come to the point. The atmosphere is the layer of air that surrounds our earth. It means that the layer of the atmosphere, the layer of air which surrounds our earth is known as atmosphere. Its exact thickness is unknown. It means that its thickness is unknown. Nobody knows what is the thickness. Where it is a great thickness, it is a small thickness, it doesn't know. It doesn't matter. The atmosphere is held to the earth by the force of gravity. So here is one question is held that at what condition the atmosphere held on the earth? The atmosphere is held on the earth by the force of gravity. Do you know what is a gravity? Gravity means to attract ourselves. Suppose that it is a marker. You all are seeing, and we throw the marker to the up and it comes down. So gravity is just inside the earth, which attract us. So that is known as gravity. Air is a mixture of various gases. As we all know this, that air is a mixture of different type of gases. Okay. Now, water vapor and the dust part. Air is not a mixture of various gases. It is also the mixture of water vapor and the dust part. Okay. Now, nitrogen. Nitrogen is the most abundant gas found in air. It means that first question is raised that which gas is found most abundance in the air. So your answer is nitrogen, and constituting 78% of it. It means that its percentage is 78%. Oxygen constitute 21%, and the second gas is oxygen, which constitute 21%. Okay. The remaining 1% of air is made up of carbon dioxide and other gases such as hydrogen, argon, helium, and ozone. Remaining 1% of air is made up of different types of gases, carbon dioxide and other gases like the hydrogen, argon, helium, and ozone. Now, the next point is importance of atmosphere. So come on board. Importance of atmosphere. As we all know that atmosphere is very essential things for the environment. Without atmosphere we can't stay, or without air we can't stay, we may say that. There are different varieties of the living things which stay in the earth. Suppose that God has stopped few seconds air, what will happen? Each and everything become dark. Now, the importance of atmosphere. Importance of atmosphere. The atmosphere contains life-giving oxygen for the human beings, animals, and carbon dioxide for the plant. Atmosphere gives the oxygen. First point is atmosphere gives the oxygen. Oxygen to all living organisms. We all know. Whereas carbon dioxide for plant. Now here question is raised, why plant not take oxygen? Do you say? Do you know why? Because plant is the producer of oxygen, and while at night we hear that plant take the oxygen and release the carbon dioxide. It is a fact. So right now I take one example. Suppose that a labor work in the field. After working in the field, they do lots of the circumstances in the field and they feel the tired. Just taking their meal and going inside the tree, and under the tree they take a relax at afternoon. It is a very good. But while at night the tree do just opposite of the things. Okay, it means that at night plant or the tree used to take the oxygens from atmosphere and release the carbon dioxide to maintain it. Okay, now next, the atmosphere protects us from sun's harmful ray. Atmosphere protects the sun's harmful ray. Sun's harmful ray. What is the sun's harmful ray? The ray which has produced by the sun is a very dangerous for all the living organisms. That is known as harmful ray, or we may say that it is the ultraviolet radiation. Okay, now next point. It controls the extreme of air. It controls the extreme of temperature during day and night. The change in weather and climate are also due to presence of atmosphere. Suppose that right now it is become hot, then the atmosphere used to change it. That if outer side is become the hot, then when the air is blowing from outside come inside our room, that air is become hot. And if outer side is cool, then the air has come from the outer side to inside our room, the air is cool. Okay, now next point. In absence of atmosphere, our earth have been barren like the other planet of the solar system. Now the next topic is a biosphere. So come on. Biosphere. Do you know what is the meaning of the biosphere? Biosphere means the biosphere is the narrow zone where the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere and meet and interacted. It means that the biosphere is a narrow zone where all things become interacted, like the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, etc. But the word biosphere comes from the Greek word bios, means the life, comes from a biosphere may be derived from the two word. That is, first is bios. First is bios. Bios means life, and it comes from a Latin word and the sphere. Spira means the total range. The biosphere includes all kind of plant, animals, human beings, and even the macro or macroscopic bacteria and the virus from the deepest oceans to the highest mountain. Okay, it means that biosphere include all kind of small things, mostly not as small things, all kind of plant and animal and the human being, even the macroscopic bacteria and the virus from the deepest ocean to the highest mountain. Now the next point is importance of biosphere. Within the biosphere of all living organisms, producer, consumer, decomposer are interdependent. So the importance of biosphere is, question is which living organisms were interdependent on the biosphere. There are three living organisms, or we may say that three living things which were interdependent on the biosphere is first is producer, consumer and decomposer. Producer, first one is producer, second one is consumer, and third one is decomposer. At first, producer. What is a producer? Producer means to produce something. The things which is produced by anyone, it is known as the producer. Okay. And second one is consumer. Consumer means to consume. Suppose that we take something from the others, it is a consumer. Plant, we should go on the field and take some plant and manufacturing the plant and just taking the food from the plant, that is known as the consumer. We all are the consumer. And second is decomposer. Last is decomposer. Decomposer means we may say that small macroscopic things. Okay. Now the producer are able to make their own. These producer used to make their own food. All green plants are producer. Example, all green plants. Producer means all green plants. All green plants are producer. Okay. Now, almost all other living things are directly or indirectly depend on their food or plant, so they are called consumer. Consumer means directly. Consumer means directly or indirectly. Directly or indirectly. We may say that consumer means directly or indirectly depend on plants. Okay, is known as consumer. And decomposer are the organisms like the bacteria. Earlier I told you, small macroscopic organisms like the bacteria, which cause the breakdown of dead animals and plant. Biosphere provide nutrients and resources to all the species of organism living in it. Okay. Now next point is ecosystem. I hope so you all are understood. Now the next topic I am going to discuss ecosystem. What is ecosystem? An ecosystem is a system which means or which is formed by the interaction of all living organisms with each other and with the environment in which they live. Means ecosystem is a system which is formed by the interaction of a living organism. Suppose that we are make interaction from the living organism to the one by other. It is interdependent. It is fully dependent on our environment, and they are called ecosystem. The size of ecosystems varies greatly. The size of ecosystem varies greatly. It can be as large or as the rainforest, grassland, desert, mountain, lake, river, oceans, or as a small of a pond. Okay. Now, a typical pond ecosystems contain the fish. A typical pond ecosystem contains the fish, frog, algae. Here is right, fish at first, frogs, algae, water lilies, and other species that live in and around the pond. We may see that just inside the pond there is this type of things has been found: fish, frog, algae, water lilies, and other small species. Then they all are live inside around the pond. Do you know what is the meaning of pond? Pond is a small structure of a water which is created by a human. Okay. Now, most of the ecosystems are vast and complex. There is a two word has come: vast and complex. First is vast and another is complex. Yes, vast means large and complex means just the inverse, just the opposite of. It means that it is become the exceeding, we may say that. Now, they contain thousands of interacting species which interact with each other and also with the abiotic environment. Now here is abiotic environment. Abiotic. You know what is the abiotic environment? There is two things has come in the environment. First is biotic and second is abiotic. Biotic environment. We should write first biotic then abiotic. It doesn't matter. Biotic means living organism. And abiotic means the living organism. Now, all energy for life comes from the sun. We all know that the sun is a head member of the solar system. By the sun we receive the lots of the energy. Sun gives energy. Sun gives energy to all living creatures. without energy of sun, we can't stay. Okay. Now, in every ecosystem, there is a perfect balance or equilibrium in the transfer of energy and matter among the different components. This is known as ecological balance. Okay. This balance may be disturbed by the sudden death of small organism, introduction of a new organism, natural calamities, and man-made causes. There are three things has been used. First is introduction of a new organism. Introduction of a new organism. Here is three word has been used. Introduction of new organism. Second one is natural calamities. And the third one is man-made causes. Now, just after completing this topic, then next time I start the human involvement. Now come here. Introduction of new organism. Suppose that a new organism which has come in our earth or come inside the earth, it may be at first disturb the previous material which has been earlier stayed in the earth. Okay. Now the second one is natural calamities. Natural calamities means like the flood, earthquakes, landslide, etc. I think so. You all are understood what is a flood. Flood is a abundance of water which has been created by the nature. Now the next is earthquake. Earthquake is we may say that just the vibration of the earth which cause the destruction. Destruction means all things become disturbed, all things become vanish. And the landslide is we may say that landslide is a very dangerous thing. Its example you may see in the Uttarakhand few years back. You may go your Mount Youth. I think so. You have to see in television. There is news broadcasting has been a flash on the news that there is in Uttarakhand there is a landslide which is become very dangerous. And the third one is a man-made cause. Man-made cause, we may see that there is lots of buildings as created. Large buildings as created. Man is used to cut the every things. It means that man is used to cut the large planted big trees. Why should we have to cut the tree? For our own purpose. And just cutting the tree we use to create a buildings. That buildings is very good for us because we have to stay there. But it may disturb the ecosystem. If we disturb the ecosystem has also disturbed us. Okay. So man-made cause is this type of things. Okay. Okay, thank you.